Yo, can
Hey,
you hear
how's
me?
it going? Yes, Kim.
Good, how are you? Awesome.
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, it's great to be able to talk to you. And it's great to see that you guys have a brand new album that's coming out at the end of next month, September 24th, here with The Work. I've gotten the chance to be able to check this album out over the last few days, and I just love the natural progression of the band. I mean, over the course of the last four albums, just seeing where you guys started off and seeing where you are now, and just seeing all the variables of what could happen in the band. And I just love going into this album not knowing what to expect, but coming out the other side just loving every moment of it. So I thank you guys for making this.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's really awesome. Truthfully. Yeah, I love how, everybody's gonna hopefully be surprised by this and hopefully people, like it. Like the how it's kind of like hills and valleys throughout the whole album and stuff like that. And you know, I would say it's like a surprise in a way.
Yeah, I would definitely
But
say that as well too. I mean, there was a lot of unexpected moments that happened throughout this album, but the more that I listened to it, the more that I just felt it was just so natural for the sounds that was going on within the album. And I always love it when you guys explore your sound, and just the more that you embrace that, the more that you can see what works and what doesn't work. And this time around, I mean, with those peaks and valleys, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows that's going on, just like all of it, it just makes for a great album listening experience from start to finish.
hell yeah, that's good to hear. Amazing. Sick.
Oh, no
Thanks for
worries.
putting a smile on my face. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm glad
I'm
to be
glad
able
you
to do
enjoyed it.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, with that in mind, I mean, what was it like to start writing for this album?
I mean, we thought we were thinking of some stuff um before our last tour actually, like a long while before. Probably coming up with ideas in like 2019, while we were all like either touring or at home for a couple months working, and Brody would just come up with random stuff and send it over and see if we liked it and if we wanted to keep it and if he should go that same direction and stuff like that. So um, I don't know. For we just kind of waited until we got all the songs that we wanted, uh, which became the work. And I kind of just, since I live across the country from the dudes, I just practiced the songs once I got the click tracks with the scratch guitar, as much as I could. And then yeah, and then getting into the studio, we knocked it out as quick as possible and did what we could in 3 weeks, which was I enjoyed it. It was pretty weird, like during COVID, but it was during the election during COVID. It was pretty interesting for sure.
Oh, I can definitely imagine. And yeah, I mean, of course, being on the opposite side of the states and everything, I mean, finally getting together and then being able to record, I mean, I imagine that's got to be just a great feeling. I mean, with like all the stuff that was going on in the world, especially during that time, I mean, it just had to be a great feeling to get together with the guys and being able to record.
Oh yeah, yeah. Getting back with the dudes and hanging out and just laughing and being with like-minded people and sharing the same interest and working on a project together and uh, having our minds busy, so we're not thinking about negative stuff during all of that,
Oh yeah.
occupied with that.
Yeah, and it's so easy to fall into that trap too. I mean, there's so many negative things that were going on then and still going on right now. It's so easy to fall into that trap. But when you
Right.
get those great moments of like getting together with your band, being able to record, and then like through the process, being able to hear that final product and realizing that through all of the negative things that were going on, you were able to put out an album like The Work and hear that final product. I just got to imagine that you guys felt so proud when you finally got to hear the final product.
Yeah, I was really happy. I think I heard maybe the first draft like around my birthday and Christmas, so I was pretty stoked to hear that. Um, yeah, man, it really brought a smile on my face, and like I was just like, finally, like something's done, you know. It wasn't like the final master, but it was like it meant a lot to be able to hear what we got done uh, almost immediately.
Oh, definitely. And another thing that I truly appreciate, I mean, with your style of playing, I mean, I love the fact that hearing more of the chops and the styles and everything that you can go for, but also just like hearing more of your vocals a part of it too, you know, just like hearing the rhythms and the patterns that you're doing and then being able to sing on top of that too. I mean, it's great to see that showing up more in the band.
Yeah, me too. It's tough, but you know, it kind of helped singing in owls, I guess. It helped out with the work since they Biggs one day was just like, I want you on this album like a lot more, and I was like kind of surprised at first because like I don't know, you know, people, everyone's self-conscious. I felt like I didn't nail it live, so I didn't think that they would want more of me on the album, but like, you know, looking back, everything was fine. But I personally am very happy to be a part of the album, drums and singing. um, I pushed myself really hard on my vocal parts, and you know, I just want to be able to, you know, contribute and shine through just like everybody else, you know. It brings a whole new dynamic to it for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And then, you know, obviously when you're behind the kit too, I mean, there's obviously so much that you need to be working on, you know, like making sure the rest of the band is in time, keeping the tempos, all of the crazy twists and turns that happens within the music, and then being able to add your vocals on top of that too. And, you know, it's almost kind of like you have to relearn how to do some parts and relearning how to play when you have to focus on vocals more and more.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of just have to like, I mean, it's both sides of the brain, and I'm basically adding a fifth, uh, I guess a fifth limb, but it's my voice. You know, I have to like somehow focus and separate my brain, or just have them work, like both sides work together. Um, yeah, I don't know. After a while, I like I get into this state of mind, and then I'm able to, you know, able to do it. But obviously with practice, you know, muscle memory, you could nail it.
Oh, for sure. And you know, it's like I noticed like the more that I check out the video for the single "Clean," which I appreciate that was the first single to come out. I mean, I feel like it's such a great song to be able to show off what's on the album, and you know, without giving everything away. But I really love
Yeah.
that it was chosen as a single. But you know, it's just like when I watch the video and I see you playing and singing, it's like it seems like it feels like so natural, like you're just like playing and singing so natural. It's just like you don't feel, it doesn't look like you're playing stiff at all, even when you're
That's
singing. It's
good.
just like it looks so loose and natural.
Hell yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to get that part down. Like even though it's a small part, it is very hard. But yeah, I try to play as lax as possible, and you know, well, like my dad says, put a little, you know, put a little finesse in there because he's a drummer too. A little finesse.
Yeah, it's definitely the way to do it. I mean, the more that you can have that loose feel that's going on, the more that you can just feel natural behind it. The more that you can pull off and not have to worry so much about it, because you know, again, like in the music that you guys create, I mean, there's so many different moving parts that's going on. It could get complicated, but the more that you are, you know, just like so familiar with the music that you can play so laxed, and it's just so cool to see that from the drummer perspective.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, shit, I mean, we've been playing, or I've been playing the music for like off and on for almost 2 years, I want to say. So I tried to, I wanted to hammer it out as much as I could. Uh and I also wanted to like, I didn't know in the studio like where I would be singing at all. So some parts I kept really simple because I thought I would be singing there, and then I found out the parts that I was going ham on, I'm singing on top of. In some parts, like especially in maybe one day, I sing over that little drum intro thing. So yeah, I didn't expect that at all. So we're gonna have, a lot of fun with that. But I'm all for it. So
Yeah, anytime that you can have a new challenge and it's fun to be able to do it, and you you have that expectation of wanting to be able to play it live, and it's like even if you can't get it at first, but the more that you try it, the more that you build on it, and especially the more you get that live experience, which I'm glad to see that you guys are getting back on tour on such an amazing bill that's coming up, and being able to have those aspects going on. I mean, it's just like really great timing to be able to promote the work and be on such an amazing tour.
yeah, I think so too, man. Like I don't know, I could speak for the dudes as well that they're stoked, and I've been a fan of the bands on the bill. I think Undeath is really sick after finding out after the tour announcement and stuff like that. But I mean, this is like MySpace era type bands and stuff. So uh yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just, happy to be a part of it. Glad they're legends to me. So it's cool to be a part of it.
Oh, totally. And thinking about that as well too. I mean, obviously with uh, getting familiar with the music, getting familiar with the vocals, everything that's going on. I, I was just curious. Did you switch up your setup since Owls? Because I kind of noticed in Clean that it might have looked different, or it might have just been the camera. Was there any differences?
The only difference is what I my blast hats basically next to the ride, excuse me. Um I added my blast hats, which is what I usually have at home at my home kit. Like when I perform with Flub, I will have my blast hats right there. Um, so yeah, I kind of incorporated the blast hats with Rivers, and I'm comfortable with having a second pair of hi hats, like closed hi hats. So um, that's what I ended up using mostly for the mid clean section and clean the with the synth. I made a beat doing both hi hats, so that was cool to mess with.
Oh, totally. And when you do get that kind of setup where you can comfortably have two sets of hats going on, and you're able to play either open playing, or you're able to switch things up like that, or obviously using them like you said for the blast hats, like being able to really get that nice heavy sound out of it. I mean, just like being able to incorporate that, especially into the live set, I gotta imagine that's gonna be a good feeling when live shows come up and you can feel like you're at home playing.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is more comfortable. The only difference is with the Rivers kit, they're all stands, and then at home I have a rack system. But I mean, I prefer the stands over the rack system, but I guess it depends on the situation, and like what kind of stage we're on and stuff like that. So pros and cons of everything, but yeah, I do enjoy having the stands, which is pretty sick, fast and easy, somewhat.
Oh, for sure. And so much of it comes down to the style of playing too. I mean, when it comes into your amazing work with Flub, and then being able to see the differences of what you do here with Rivers Nile. I mean, it's so great, like being able to have like different projects where you're able to show off different styles of what you want to be able to play. And it's just like when I first heard about Flub and just being able to hear it, it's just like my mind was blown with what you guys were coming up with, and it was just so cool to see that. And being able to do that along with Rivers, I mean, that is just so cool.
Yeah, I like to keep it different, man. What I try to do is especially with Flub, is to put in a lot of Latin beats, Latin inspired beats, and Eloy pushes that, and I learn a lot of different styles of music through Flub. But naturally, before I started, I would put Latin beats in music without even knowing it. My dad pointed that out, so I kind of just like learn some more Latin stuff, like basic stuff. And I mean, I put it in some songs on Owls, put some Latin stuff in there and some stuff on the work. So I guess that's how it is naturally. I try to add a little zing to stuff here and there, but tried to keep it simple on the work.
Yeah, and I really think that you found that like great mixing points of like being able to have that technicality that's going on, and in the right moments, just having like these great groove moments, these great Latin moments, like you're talking about, and just like really showcasing the kind of musician that you are. That you can go technical when you need to, you can go groove when you need to, and just like I said, just like looking so comfortable behind the kit while doing all of it, while most of us that are like looking from the stage or watching the videos or something, just having our jaws dropped at everything that you're capable of playing.
Thank you, dude. Yeah,
Oh,
man. Just try to practice as much as I can, really. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
yeah.
Practice, practice, practice.
Absolutely. And the inspiration that comes behind it too. I mean, like like having the mind to want to be able to explore different kinds of music, whether you're just listening to it or being able to add it to any kind of music that you're listening to, rather than just like playing blast the whole time or just playing forward to the floor the whole time. I mean, when you're able to incorporate different styles, it just makes playing so much more interesting and fun when you can do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you have the freedom, do what you can. Do whatever you want. Um yeah, or like, try to just express yourself how you want to, how you want, and be happy, and because that's I mean, drums in my eyes, and it's obvious they're the shit. So like I feel it's the best best way to express ourselves as drummers, uh, and to let everything out. It's good therapy. The cliche stuff.
Oh, definitely. So, thinking about that as well too. I mean, obviously with a Clean being able to get a full-fledged video, is there any other kind of videos that we should expect to have, either like lyric videos or playthrough videos or anything like that for the work?
Um, yeah, I guess a little bit of both, but surprises. People like surprises. I can't really talk too much about it, but new music. I just, hope everybody that my goodness. I just hope that everybody enjoys it, and I'm glad you do, which is very cool. Yeah, not too much to say on that, really.
Oh yeah. And again, just like personally speaking for myself, like when Owls came out, I mean that was my number 2 album of the year when that came out. And I definitely feel here with the work, like the more I listen to it, the more that I feel it's going to be my favorite album of the year. Just like it incorporates so much of what I
Oh yeah.
love. I love being able to hear like the concepts of the transitions between most of the songs I love too, because it feels like you're just like in this one world, and then all of a sudden it just like shape shifts into something else, like in the transitions, which I just find so cool from that concept aspect. And just being like you were mentioning before, the highs and the lows that's going on within it too. And those are my favorite kind of albums, where you can experience all of those dynamics and everything flows together so well. And that's absolutely what I hear in the work, and it's incredible stuff.
Hell yeah. 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 It's good to keep up with the dynamics and constantly changing and doing different stuff. Broaden your horizons, come up with cool stuff.
Absolutely. And in speaking of cool stuff, as much as I love everything that's going on audibly with the album, I am in love with the artwork for the work. Like it my jaw dropped the first time I saw it because of how stunning it looked. Like when you
Me
look at all the
too.
little details, the colors that's going on with it. I mean, uh, choosing that as the artwork, it's just spellbinding what you guys have done.
Yeah, Biggs talked to Dan Seagrave and he nailed it on the head. With and Biggs is happy. This is his concept, so we just want to do it right. Do it right by him. Yeah, a good end of the whole album cycle. Or of the concepts.
Yeah, and that's one thing I appreciated so much. I mean, I've gotten to talk to Brody a couple times through interviews, and like being able to like experience like the seasons that's going on here, and with the work being winter, like being able to finalize the stuff that's going on here. I love seeing like how it goes from like spring, summer, fall, winter, and just like all of the emotions that really go back on it. And when you listen back to those albums, and I can't wait to like listen to all four albums from like front to back when I have the time to be able to do it and just get that full experience of what's going on, because I just feel like everything's going to fit together so well in that concept.
I feel so too, especially with all four of the similar melodies for Terrestrial 1 through 4. I think, yeah, I think that'll be cool to hear all of them together.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, I mean, again, it's just like I look at where you guys started off and where you guys are now, and just seeing the absolute popularity that has happened with you guys, especially with Owl, seeing you guys like skyrocket in popularity from that. And I'm so happy to see that. And so many people are just
Thank you,
like
man.
waiting to see what the work is all about. And I'm so fortunate that I've been able to get the chance to be able to check it out early and just really dive in and just love everything that's going on from it. And you just really experiencing this album and being able to promote it. And, it's just like, as much as I love the previous three albums, I just really love what's going on here with the work enough to say that you guys are like at the absolute best that you guys are at right now. And I'm excited to see what's going to be happening in the future too, because if this is what you guys are doing after 4 albums, I can only picture it getting better.
Yeah, I mean, we're all pushing each other, pushing ourselves. I'm gonna do my best to help with more duties, maybe possibly write lyrics after this album. Just trying to do what I can, and if improvising works out, which it has in the past, even on this album. On Owls, I improvised at home pretty much, and if going with your gut works out with this band, then I feel it'll work out every time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really feel you got to have that. I mean, especially when it comes to music like this. I mean, you got to have that passion for it. You got to have that feeling in your gut that you want to progress in this style. I mean, obviously, there's different genres where you don't have to have your heart in it, and you can just like being able to be like in cover bands or something like that. I know that from experience. And it's just like when you're really able to put it into original work and you're able to show off what you can do, whether it's the concept of writing, whether it's singing, whether it's a multi-instrumentalist, or just even being able to sit behind the kits. I mean, when you're able to create, you want to be proud of what you're creating. And between all 4 albums, with this whole concept between everything that's going on, and just hearing the band get tighter and tighter, yeah, like I said, it's just I can't wait to see where you guys go next, whether you're going with a new concept, whether you're just starting over completely new, whatever's going to happen in the future. But right now, being able to enjoy the work, being able to hopefully see you guys live, and being able to experience some of those songs live, it's just going to be a great time.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And it means a lot that you think so and that you like it. And I just want people to enjoy it. I want to see people smile, like the usual deal. Playing on stage is fun, and seeing people build the same energy, and we're all just there having a good time. That's all I want, really.
Oh, definitely. And along with that too, I mean, I'm with all 4 albums now and being able to pick songs off of that. I mean, I gotta imagine it's starting to become a bit of a challenge of what you guys want to be able to play live when you have like 4 albums worth of material to choose from.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. You just got to play some new ones, and then add the gems in there. Pretty, I guess. Uh, yeah, all the gems and all the bangers, I guess.
And thinking about that as well too. I mean, obviously, you guys have done headlining runs. You've been able to open for so many cool bands, being able to do the festival shows. I mean, what is it like for you to be able to like experience those different things? Whether you got like a 25-minute set, whether you got like an hour set, like how is it for you, like behind the kit and like the energy levels and everything that goes on with that?
I guess sometimes it catches you off guard because some days, let's say a band can't come into Canada, or uh, everybody gets an extra 5 minutes, so you get an extra song. Like, it kind of catches you off guard, but like you want to play it, you want to play more anyway, you know. So I think it's great when the opportunity comes on your lap, and it's just like opportunity gets put on your lap, and you could just play more. You know, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah,
I
totally.
I think it's great.
Yeah. And I know that from experience too. Like when you're doing like a 25-minute half hour sets and you just feel like you're just getting into full gear with everything that's going on. And when you get the experience, like, okay, we need you to play like one or two more songs, and you finally get to expulse that energy rather than just having to worry about like taking all the equipment off stage. I mean, that's always a cool feeling.
Oh yeah, yep. Wanting to continue to play, and it's just like, oh man. uh, yeah, like a tease in a way.
Oh, totally. And that's I think that's how it's going to be for me too when I get to see you guys, like whether it's on this upcoming run or whatever happens next year, whatever the case is. It's just like uh, no matter what the situation is going to be, I'm going to feel like I'm going to want more from you guys because I love all four albums. And it's just like if it was up to me, I'd love to be able to hear you guys play all four albums. But
That would be nuts.
that would be nuts, yeah. But it's just like
Woo!
no matter what the set would be, it's just like I'm just gonna be so excited, and I just feel like my energy is just gonna be like at that full gear level right when you guys have to get done, whether it's like headlining or a support slot or whatever. But I know it's going to be an amazing time too, because every time I've been able to see you guys, it's always been in an incredible show, and I can't imagine that you guys are going to let us down, especially after having to wait so long to be able to play shows and now being able to show off the work. I just know that energy and that fun level is going to be there when you guys hit the stage.
Oh yeah, we're all about fun, man. We're all about having fun. Yeah, we're just ready to rock and have fun in the process. We're all, back and forth on being silly and serious, but it's kind of hard not to smile when you're playing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm always like joking and giggling a little bit, trying to be serious, but I can't. I can't take myself serious, so it's just like laugh it off.
Oh, totally. And there's like so many great hard-hitting concepts, especially within the last couple albums for sure, like where it can just like really hit you in the emotions of what's going on with the songs and wanting to have that serious aspect. But when you're playing music live and you're playing in front of fans, and whether it's brand new people checking you out for the first time or people coming back repeatedly to see you guys, that fun factor is always going to be there, even if it's just that little bit more. And when you're able to balance that out, making sure that the music is going to be at 100%, yet being able to have fun with it at the same time, there's no greater feeling.
Yeah, no greater at all. When you nail it, you get off stage and you're stoked, and then yeah, just 100% every time. Talking like a football player. 100%. But yeah, for real, that's the greatest feeling. Everyone's stoked. Everyone in the band's stoked. You're stoked. Yeah, and then yeah, good times.
Yeah. Totally. And it's a great time to be stoked. And again, with the work coming out next month through Metal Blade Records, seeing you guys with arguably your best album to date and what might be my album of the year the more that I listen to it. I can't wait to be able to show this album off, being able to play this on my radio show, playing the singles, showing off the interview, everything that comes along with being able to promote the music I love. And I thank you very much for taking the time to do this. This is an interview I wanted to be able to do for a long time because I've always admired your playing, and it's so
Thank you,
great to
man.
be. Oh, absolutely. And it's so great to be able to talk to you, just getting those little aspects of going on, whether it's the full band, whether it's the drumming, whatever the case is. It was just a great time to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, dude, I had a good time. Thanks for having me. And I'm glad to be on here and talking to you. And thanks for listening to the album. And I'm glad you enjoy it. It's like, yeah, it's very sick.
Well, I'm very appreciative of that as well, and I'm so happy I can make you smile today, saying all these words that I truly mean. No smoke being blown up your ass. I really do love this album. I love everything that you guys have done so far, and I just know it's going to sound incredible live when I get the chance to see you guys again.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it means a lot for sure. Yeah, can't wait to play it live.
Oh.
So
Awesome.